What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily Stream. I am your host, Bitcoin J. It is 3:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 4th. It is very cloudy and rainy down here in South Florida. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day and a wonderful week so far. Bitcoin has been pretty bullish these last 2 weeks. Today we are going to take a look at the Bitcoin charts. We're going to take a look at the Ethereum charts and talk about what we can possibly expect for the rest of the week. Let me go ahead and what do you call it? I gotta put my put the link for the stream up online real quick, and then we'll be ready to go. So give me a few while I get this set up really quick. Let's see who is in here. Killa, what's going on, Killa? How you doing? Moki, how you doing, my brother? Killa, what's going on, Killa? How you doing? Oh, I'm getting some echo. Hold on. Okay, maybe it should be fine now. Let's see who else is in here. New God. What's up, New God? Am I in a long? Yes, I am. I am in a long. Sound, Muhammad, can you not hear me? Okay, you hear me? Okay, awesome. Gino, what's going on, man? Let me turn on my camera so you guys can see my beautiful face. Where is this? Here we go. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up, Ronald? Ronald says, learned a lot from you, bud. Thanks. Thank you, Ronald. I'm glad I was able to help you out, man. Glad I've been able to spread some of my knowledge onwards. And I hope it's made you some money, man. Killa says, made some serious gains since trading with you. Thank you, Killa. I'm glad you've made some profits, man. Hopefully you can continue to make some profits. I want to make everybody rich, man. My goal is for everybody to get rich, man. Money is abundant. There's no reason to compete for it. We can all get rich together. Niels, what's up? Niels says, just tuned in for the first time. Thank you for tuning in, Niels. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Rick, what's up, Rick? I'm doing great, my friend. How are you? Oh, yeah, the echo. Yeah, I fixed it. Science Rocks. What's going on, Science Rocks? How you doing, man? Gino, happy for some excitement in the market the last couple of weeks. Yeah, man, definitely. I've been able to definitely make some profits throughout this run here, and now this pullback is giving us an opportunity to jump back in some possible trade setups here to make even more money. So let's see if we can all make some money here. Moki says, Ethereum looking strong AF. Yes, it definitely is. Tomorrow is the upgrade, guys. Tomorrow. Gary, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? Greetings from Holland. Awesome, man. Thanks for Bybit hints. No problem, man. I have a part 2 video for Bybit coming out hopefully by tomorrow. I'm not sure if tomorrow I'm doing Bybit video or if I'm doing the review on Celsius to earn some passive profits just by holding your crypto in Celsius. So I gotta take a look to see which one I'm gonna do tomorrow. Kimberly from Amsterdam. What's up, Kimberly? How you doing? Thank you for your time. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. You could be doing anything that you want in the world, and you have decided to tune in to my live stream and say what's up. I appreciate that greatly. Let me see. I have not hold on. I have not put the link up for the stream. Hold on. Give me a couple minutes while I set this up really quickly. All right, I put it on my Instagram. There we go. I gotta put it up on Twitter. Hold on. All right, it's on IG. Making the Twitter post right now. Let me make sure I'm on my. All right, going live to talk. Hashtag, of course, Bitcoin. All right, I got my tweet set up. Let me send that out. There we go. Tweet sent out. Let me now put it in my groups. It is on Discord. It is now on Telegram. And that's it, guys. I did it. I put it in all my groups. All right. So let me catch up with the chat. Killa. So on the bottom of this video, you should see in the description. If you just hit show more down here in the description, you'll see it says trade on Bybit with leverage, and you could just click the link right there, and you'll have my referral. So definitely check that out. And you know, when you're getting set up to use Bybit, I recommend you checking out this video that I just posted yesterday. So that's a Bybit tutorial. It's part 1. If you want more videos on Bybit, you go to the playlist and go to trading tutorials. And here I have several tutorials. So I have Bybit for the mobile app tutorial. Now this one is a bit old and they've updated a lot of features, so I have to redo it still. So I haven't redone that one, but it'll at least give you an idea to get started. And then I have this one right here. This is another Bybit tutorial that I did back in February. It's a lot longer because I got into it completely, but they've changed features since this. That's why I just redid a tutorial yesterday. So check out this tutorial for sure, and you could check out the other ones as well. The link is in the description. Let me see. Niels, probably, man. I haven't looked at that chart. I've only been focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it should, you know, kind of follow, you know, eventually it should start following. So right now is not really the time for altcoins, even though some altcoins are going to run. The top altcoins are going to be running. The bottom altcoins are they're going to be just unpredictable at this point, which is why I'm just focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Miller Time, still dropping your name on Around the Blockchain. Thank you, Miller Time, man. I appreciate it. I have to hit him up again to see what's up. But but yeah, man, I'm trying to get on Around the Blockchain hopefully sometime soon. If you guys ever tune into that show, make sure to tell them to get me on the show. Uh, Justin, dímelo, caballón. What's going on, Justin? How you doing? Disgusting Justin. Wisdom says, are we expecting a huge pump on Ethereum? Hopefully, I'm expecting. That's kind of what I was expecting. The update is tomorrow. We got to see what we get here. We went back down and tested that support, so we perfectly bounced on the support here. I want to see this shoot up to 3,000 is what I would like to see here. So that was my target. My target was 3,000 here for the update. I'm still holding on to that target. We have another day or so, and even after the update, it can then start going. So that's the issue is we don't know when it's gonna run, if it's gonna run. Right now we bounce off that resistance. I mean that support down there, 2,500 is support. We got a nice bounce. Helped us get a new entry there. And now we're back towards the top. We've set a new high here since this one here. So a new recent high. I'm hoping that we can keep pushing this up and go all the way up to 3,000 by the end of the week. That would be amazing. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Hey, Gary. Of course, man. I appreciate it, though. Bonji, it depends what you're buying for. Are you buying for long term? Are you looking to trade? It depends. No problem, Killer. Yes, I am definitely bullish, Kevin. Yes, guys, make sure to smash the like button, guys. If you're in here, takes you 2 seconds to smash the like button, and it helps me out a ton. So I would definitely appreciate it. Yes, definitely. I definitely recommend Bybit to trade if you're looking to trade with leverage. If you guys have never traded with leverage, they do have a spot trading available as well. So that means that you trade without leverage. If you just want to buy and hold type of thing, they do have, they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and EOS, I believe, and they're going to be adding more. So those are the first ones that they just started with. If you guys have never traded with leverage, then I recommend, if you're not a profitable trader consistently, I recommend do not trade with leverage, but to learn to trade with leverage first. And you can do that by watching some of our videos here, some of our tutorials. You can watch our trading tutorials. I did a video on how to day trade. And I have a lot of other tutorials. I have a tutorial on how leverage works that can get you started on that. And yes, and then practice on a paper account. There's a Bybit testnet that you can practice with fake money, and I recommend you using that before you start trading with your real money, because you will take losses, and you don't want to take losses with real money. You know what I mean? For long term, so I mean, it is a good time to buy for long term. But again, I always recommend dollar cost averaging, because short term, we don't really know what the price is gonna do here, right? Like short term, it could drop, it could just break out. you know, there's a lot of scenarios, and we'll never be 100% certain. The only things that we can do is make decisions based off of probability, right? So right now, what we do know is the all-time high for Ethereum is around $4,400, right? So currently, we had a 60%, 61% drop. Currently, from the all-time highs, we're at a 38% discount, right? So in the long term, we're gonna at least, at the very minimum, go back up those 38%, right? So as long as you're thinking long term, you're guaranteed at least a 38% return on your money, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. So I would say dollar cost average, because in the short term, we can still kind of do something like this where it just kind of bounces around and might drop back down here, might go back up, then take off, you know, like who knows what's going to happen. So short term, we make you know, decisions based on momentum, and we take trades based on momentum. Long term, even for myself, I look to dollar cost average. So you could either dollar cost average, you know, weekly, daily, monthly, however you like, or you could dollar cost average the way I do at support levels. So for me, for example, I would be dollar cost averaging down here, right, at $2,500. If price were to continue down, I'm dollar cost averaging again at $2,000. If price were to continue down, I would dollar cost average again around $1,400, right? So that's how I do it. Some people, they just rather dollar cost average every week, regardless of the price. That works too. So it's just up to you how you want to do it, you know, how much time you want to put into it to understand the levels that you're going to buy into. And you have to have the money ready to go when it's time to dollar cost average. You got to pull the trigger, right? You can't second guess it. So, because the prices move fast, especially at support areas. So that's kind of more or less, I know it's not an exact answer, but there's one thing in trading and in investing, there will never be an exact answer, an exact right answer, right? We don't know what the right answer is until it's already happened. So like if you buy right now and price takes off, then I'll be like, that was the right answer. But if you buy right now and price drops, then it's like, that was the wrong answer, you know? So there's no way to ever know the right answer. So in order for you, for a long-term portfolio, long-term position, to get the closest possible to a right answer is the dollar cost average, because I believe in the long term. And if you also believe in the long term of crypto, it's gonna go up, right? So so that's kind of the best answer that I can give you. And at the end of the day, it's just my opinion. It is not financial advice. So you know, do your own research and make sure you understand what you're putting money into, and don't put money into it that you might need right away. So that's the best, you know, answer that I can give based on that question, and based on not knowing many factors needed in order to make those type of decisions. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's risk tolerance is going to be different. So yeah. Marco, what's going on, man? Awesome to see you here. Danielle B, what's going on? Do you think people will sell the news? It's a possibility that people could sell the news. You know, it happens all the time in the market where people sell the news. Now, the thing with selling the news, if it were to happen, it will be something short term, because the update for and the upgrade for Ethereum is bullish, right? It's a good thing for the long term. So there's no reason to sell the news other than, you know, you bought down here leading up to this run up, right? Let's say if they bought down here because they knew this upgrade was coming. So I've been telling you guys since, you know, last month that the upgrade was coming, and that, you know, I was very bullish with Ethereum. So if you guys bought, while the prices were down and rode it up, some people will be taking profits. Some people are going to take profits here, which is why we're having some consolidation right now, because we're at a main level. So people are taking profits. People that bought under 2,000, people that bought at 2,000, under 2,000, at 2,000, and on the way up, they're taking profits, right? If we get to 3,000, then people are going to be taking more profits up here as well. So it could be a sell the news event, and just because it happens so often and people are so used to that happening, and they might sell, it could push the price up to like 3,000. Maybe it'll drop back down to 2,500. Hang out for a while, and then people will start realizing again, like, wow, this is actually very bullish for Ethereum. We should probably buy Ethereum back up, and eventually it's gonna jump back up. So it could be for short-term trading. I would say ride the levels. You can definitely catch the volatility and the momentum in both directions. For long-term investing, don't even worry about it. I would say just be buying at these levels, and who cares about the sell if they decide to sell the news for the short term. It's gonna go back up. So I'm not too worried about it. This is not Doge, right? I warned everybody about Doge here. This is what you call a sell the news event right here, right? Look at this drop. So let's see how much it's dropped at this point from the top. I think this is the bottom here. So Doge is down 80% since its all-time high, which was the day of the Saturday Night Live. So this is not Doge, guys. This Doge was based off of hype. Ethereum actually has, fundamentals behind it, right? It's not just hype. So, and the update is bullish long-term for Ethereum. Ethereum still has in next year the upgrade Ethereum 2.0 coming out. So there's just a lot of bullish events coming up in Bitcoin and Ethereum long-term for you to be too worried about a sell the news event. Sell the news event, you should only be concerned with that if you're trading on the short term. If you're investing long-term, it doesn't matter. This is not Doge. It'll hold up, at one of these supports, and it's gonna go back up eventually. It's not gonna drop 80% like Doge did on a sell the news event. So I'm not too worried about it. If Ethereum drops, my support is $2,500. 25 is the first support. 2,200 is a minor support, and then $2,000 is the next main support. So those would be the levels I'm watching. You've been dollar cost averaging? Awesome, dude. Yeah, man. Just if when I first started building my portfolio, guys, I started with about $800. So I really didn't have much. Actually, I started with less. I started with $10, I think, honestly. Because I got a $10, I got free $10 for free from Coinbase for depositing $100, right? So the $100 I deposited into Coinbase, I actually moved it out and I sent it to a sports book because I was betting on an NFL game, football game, or something like that. I forgot. So after I moved out the 100, I kept $10 in the wallet, which they gave me for free. And then one day I was about to delete the Coinbase app, and I opened it up before deleting it, and I had like $200. I forgot the exact amount, but I had like a stupid amount of money in there, and I was like, how do I have money in here? And it was because the price I had bought by mistake, not knowing Bitcoin at a very low price, and it like took off in like 2016, right? So at this time, I think the price was around $600-700 for Bitcoin. And I put more money in, right? And I started with very, very low funds, guys. I started with like $800 or less at that point, and I've just grown it from there, right? Trading and just making correct decisions at certain points. So trust me when I say that you can definitely grow your account. One of the main things that helped me grow my account was dollar cost averaging weekly, right? So I would just put money in every single Monday, and I still do it to this day. Every single Monday, I put money in. It's a small amount, but I'm continuously growing the portfolio. So even if you're doing like $100 a week, at the end of the year, that ends up being $5,200, right? So that's $5,000. That's without knowing what the value of that money might be. So within the year, if you put in $5,200 plus, let's say Bitcoin doubles, you could be talking about, obviously you're not going to have $5,200 double because your dollar cost averaging it, but your 5,200 could easily be worth like $7,500, $8,000. And then if you just do that, let's do that for 2 years now. Now you're talking about $10,400 out of your pocket, plus whatever the value of Bitcoin has gone up. So now you're probably in the ballpark of about, I would say, 30 to 40, maybe even $50,000, depending on how the market goes during that period. And if you just continue to do this continuously, every single year, guys, eventually you're going to have a 6-figure portfolio. It's only a matter of time. And it might happen a lot faster in crypto than you may think, right? And all you're doing from your side is putting in, having the discipline to invest $100 a week, every week for 52 weeks out of the year. And that's going to put you in the next 5 years into probably 6 figures. So it's not hard to get rich. It's a matter of discipline if you're trying to get rich, right? You have to have the discipline, you have to have the patience, and you have to have the consistency and persistence to be able to do it. And that's gonna get you to 6 figures in the next 5 years. And that's like the low end, right? In 5 years out of your own pocket, you're talking about, let me see, 5,200 times 5. So out of your own pocket, you're talking about $26,000. Do you guys believe in 5 years? What do you guys think the price of Ethereum or the price of Bitcoin will be in 5 years, right? Let's say that Ethereum would go up to $10,000 in 5 years, which I think probably be higher than that. But that's just, shooting at the low end. I'm trying to be conservative with the numbers, right? So we're talking about, it's going to it'll be, is that, let's say 2,500, 575. So it's going to quadruple. That's a 400% return. Now, obviously, it's not going to be 400% return on the 26,000 because it's going to be over time, but it's going to put you in the ballpark of $100,000. And all you've done is be disciplined and consistent. In 5 years, you guys can have a portfolio worth 6 figures if you just do this consistently. So, and this goes not only in crypto, but in the stock market, it's the same thing. If you guys invest in the stock market, if you want to invest in safer things, just put money, instead of using a savings account, put money in an index fund. That returns, around 8 to 10 to 12% per year. In a few years, you're going to build up a big portfolio. And, I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but in like 30 years, as long as it continues to compound, you'll have, 6-7 figure portfolio. So in the stock market, it's a lot slower, and the crypto market, it's a lot faster. But remember, the crypto market's a lot riskier as well. So make sure that you believe in whatever you're putting your money in, and don't put your money in shitcoins either. I call those lottery tickets, right? So if you want to invest in altcoins like that, it's fine, but don't put big amounts of your capital, of your portfolio in it. Limit it to like 5% of your portfolio or less is what I would say, of your crypto portfolio. So if you have, you know, $10,000. You know, you only want to have 5% of that $10,000 to be in what I call lottery tickets, right? Because who knows what's gonna happen with those. I recommend sticking to Bitcoin and Ethereum and any other top projects that you might believe in. Those will be your best bets to you know, to really make money. What do I think for Bitcoin, for Ethereum in the short term? I mean, it could go either way right now. We're right in the middle of this range. So right now it could go either way. I'm not shorting it. You got to be crazy to try to short this. Um, I'm just writing it right now. I'm in a trade right now in Ethereum for I entered at 2500. So I entered at 2500. Currently up nicely here. I've grabbed some profits and I'm letting the rest ride. And I'm trying to ride it to 3000. So hopefully it goes. If not, it's fine. I've grabbed some profits already, so I'm good either way. Marco, you can stake. I think for ETH 2.0, you can stake it. Just know that it's gonna be locked up. I don't know what the exact return is on that right now. So you can either stake it or you can put it on something like Blockfi or Celsius and earn a return, a yearly return on that money as well. So there you're talking about, I think on Celsius it's around 5 or 6%, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I think on BlockFi it's around 4%. I don't know because they keep changing it. So, and it also depends on how much of it you have and all that. So there's definitely different options to earn on your crypto that you're already holding to earn money on it. And I'm sure there's a lot of different videos up and, you know, and there's a lot of different posts that answer that if you just Google it. What do you mean entry techniques? Wisdom, I don't think that they're going to be high probability trades. If you short here, we're literally in the middle. This is what you call the middle of nowhere. It's no man's land. You have no edge in either direction, right? Because the price could literally go between these two lines up and down. So if you're opening a trade here, it's the same thing as going to the casino right now, um, going to a roulette table and betting on red or black. It's the same exact thing. You have no edge. There's no edge in either direction. So I wouldn't take a trade right now at the current price because you have no edge. You want to always take a trade with an edge. You want to always have, um, you know, the edge on every trade that you take. So let's say you have a 55% edge that you're gonna win and a 40% edge, a 45% edge that you're gonna lose. Although it's very small, it's still an edge. So over the long term, you're going to make money, right? Even though you're still kind of only hitting 50% of your trades, but because you have a slight edge, you're still hitting a little bit more than you're losing. You're going to make money, right? You're gonna win more than you lose. So that's kind of the thought process that you have to be in when you're looking for an entry. Right now, there's no entry here. This is in the middle of nowhere. This could go up just as likely as it could go down. So it's honestly a toss up. Who knows which way it's gonna go, right? Um, so that's from just this is only from the perspective of where the price is, right? I'm only speaking from a technical aspect of exactly where the price is, from looking at the chart and looking at support and resistance levels and knowing its history, right? Look at any time when you look back, when it's been in this zone, look at the price. The price has gone, went to the top, came to the bottom, went to the top, came to the bottom, then kept down, right? So if you would have taken a trade here in either direction, you had a 50-50 shot, because who knows which way it was going to go. Let's say you would have shorted it. Let's say, right? Let's say that let's zoom it out a little bit. Let's say you would have, when it dropped down here and it bounced back up, you're like, okay, I'm going to go long. And you went long, and then the price dropped, right? So you saw it drop and it came back up again, and you're like, okay, this time I'm going to short. And you entered that same trade there, and the price kept going up. And then it dropped and it came back up. Now what are you going to do, right? This time, because it could go in either direction. So you're going to just be kind of taking stabs at it in one direction or the other, not really knowing which way it's going to go. So instead, what you do is you play the levels, right? If you would have entered a trade as soon as it broke through the support, you would have been able to ride it all the way down, right? With the short. If you would have, again, shorted, if you would have entered a trade once it bounced back up here at the support level, you could have rolled this all the way to the top. Once it got to the top, if you would have shorted it, you could have rolled this all the way down here. You know what I mean? So those are higher probability setups. It doesn't mean that they're always going to work, but it means that you have an edge. There's a higher probability that you're going to have a successful trade. So that's why I say right now there's no direction. The price could go in either direction. I wouldn't open up any new trades here. If you already have a trade open, that's different, right? So for example, for myself, I opened a trade right here. I've rolled this trade all the way up here. I've taken profits already. So I've already taken profits, and I'm up from 2,500, right? So I'm up $200 from my entry. So I'm okay with the trade dropping back down. You know what? I'll add back on if it goes down to the support. I'm not opening up any new trades though. I hope that makes sense. What's up, Martin? How you doing? Kevin, yes, I trade stocks as well. Tyreek, the highest point will probably be after the update is when it's actually going to be bullish, right? Right now, people are buying up the news, right? The rumors, and not really rumors, it's news. So right now, people are buying up the news. Potentially at some point, either tonight, tomorrow, it's gonna get pushed in one direction or another. There's gonna be volatility. We don't know which way it's gonna go. So we're just riding it right now. So after that, eventually it's gonna start going up because the update is bullish long term. So we're not gonna see the peak for it now. We'll see the peak after. What we will see is probably some volatility. Gary, Gary says, when do you have the confluence to enter? So basically, confluence is when you have many different things kind of telling you the same story, right? So you would need, like, let's say that's when indicators come in, because you use indicators for confluence. So let's say I open up this right here. So this is a volume shelf, right? I want to know where all the volume is. and on these prices. So my theory is that if we break above $3,000 in Ethereum, we're gonna run up to at least around that $3,400 to $3,500 range. Now, why is that? Well, first of all, we have a resistance at $3,000, right? It's a Fibonacci resistance, right? So that's one reason. Two is it's a whole number psychological resistance, right? So that's two reasons. Three, look at the drop off in open interest after $3,000. There's almost nothing here, all the way back up to like 3,500, right? So that's three different things that are telling me the same thing. They're telling me the answer. So that's confluence. There's three different things that are telling me that if we get above this resistance, which we've been rejected at before, as you guys can see, if we get above that, we're probably going to run up to 3,500. We have three different things telling me that. If you look at previous rejections that are confirming that's a resistance, you see it there. That's 4. If you look at history, last time we got above this level, look at this candle. That's 5 different things now that are telling me the same thing. So that's confluence. That's when you're looking for a trade and you're looking for to see if what you're thinking is going to happen makes sense. Then that's when you start using indicators, right? To see if the story lines up, right? So right here, support is at 2,500, right? Why is support at 2,500? Well, there's a Fibonacci level there, right? That's one thing that supports my story, that supports at 2,500. The second thing is that it's a psychological whole number, right? There's a psychological support at 2,500. So that's 2 different things now that are telling me that. Let's take a look at the volume shelf. Let's see, there's a lot of interest here at that level as well, right? So that's what, 3-4 different things. Let's take a look at moving averages. You can start pulling up moving averages. The $100 moving average, look at where it's at. It's exactly, pretty much, it's not exactly, but it's at 2,500. So that's more confluence there that I'm getting from that moving average. We can pull up the 200. You see that 200 moving average is down here around that $2,000. So that's confluence for a $2,000 support, right? So all these different tools now are giving me confluence and are telling me that the story makes sense. That 2,500 is a support level. That there are people, right? There's people buying at 2,500. There's a lot of interest there. So that's what confluence is when it comes to trading. You want to look for different things that are telling you the same story. So if there's multiple tools telling you the same exact story, then it's highly, and it's never going to be 100%, but like I said, it's a high probability game. So now your probability is on the side of that story, right? I hope that makes sense. You bought at 2K. You missed TH. I don't know what TH is. Killer, that would be amazing if we could hit 3K tonight. Yeah, man. Yeah, science. So that's a discipline, right? That's something that you have to learn, and that comes with experience and time. A lot of people get emotional about losses. They don't want to lose. What I personally do if I know, and you have to be honest enough with yourself to be able to realize when you're making emotional decisions and not decisions based on logic. So it's hard. It's trust me when I tell you, I speak from experience. It's hard. It's a discipline you have to learn. I can't trade if I'm emotional, if I'm mad, if I'm upset about a trade. I have to step away. So I take a break, and sometimes that could mean not trading for half an hour, not trading for an hour, not trading for a few hours, not trading for the rest of the day, not trading for the rest of the week, not trading for the rest of the month. Like there's different, you have to be honest enough with yourself to be able to step back away from the situation and kind of make it, you know, be disciplined about it. So sometimes I have to step away and not trade because that's just because, I'm human and I get emotional about a position and I get upset. So of course I have to stop. And this is not only with trading, and that's why I tell people that when you learn to trade, like this is a life skill that you can then put into practice with many other aspects of your life, because it's at the end of the day, it's discipline. Um, and I do the same thing. Like if I'm playing poker, I like to play poker, right? So if I'm playing poker and I get a bad beat in a hand I should have won, if I get coolered, I start making bad plays. I start forcing things that I shouldn't be forcing, to try to make my money back. I start what you call revenge, going on tilt, going for revenge. It's all the same thing. You're acting out of emotions, not out of logic. So you have to know when to stop. You have to be honest enough with yourself, and it's a skill that you develop over time. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, but it is, with experience, it becomes a little bit easier. And you just, at the end of the day, have to be honest with yourself. So you have to be careful, and when using leverage, especially, you have to be very careful. That's why I say if you're not experienced, you shouldn't be trading with leverage, because it just amplifies all of that. It's gonna amplify your losses. It's gonna amplify your emotions. So you just have to be very, very, very careful. Yes, Paul, exactly. It's like forecasting. I don't know if you guys, where you live, get hurricanes, but here we get hurricanes, right? So like when there's a hurricane coming, you pull up the chart, like and there's like like you look at it and there's like 20, 30 different um things. So every place has its own forecast. But if all of them are kind of telling the same story, then it makes sense that it's probably going to do something like all of those together say, right? So it's kind of the same thing. You're trying to forecast what's going to happen based on things that you're seeing, based on what different tools are saying, um, based on history, right? And based on human psychology. So you have to kind of take all of that into account. No problem, Science Rocks. Glad I can help out. Guys, if you guys are enjoying this video and this live stream, make sure to like the video, guys. It helps us out a ton. It only takes you guys a few seconds to do, and it helps us immensely. So, and I greatly appreciate you guys every time you like the video. I appreciate you guys every time you subscribe to the channel. We're over 10,400 subscribers. I know it's not a lot for some of these other pages, but it's a lot for us, and we appreciate every single one of you guys. That's why we do these live streams, so we can talk to you guys personally and answer as many questions as we can if we have the answer for them. You know, some questions we don't have answers for, and I tell you, I try to be pretty honest, and if I don't know the answer for it, I'll tell you I don't know the answer, right? And I'll try to tell you, the best way to possibly get that answer. But again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys who like and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you guys so much. Alrighty, guys. So I think we've spoken a lot about Ethereum already. Definitely, I know everybody's excited for Ethereum with everything that's happening. So we are watching it. I think as far as Bitcoin, I mean, you guys can kind of pretty much see what's going on here. We have this large descending resistance here where we got rejected at 42. And we've had a bounce back since then. So the pullback was actually needed in order for the market to remain healthy. Corrections are always part of it. You can't just go 10 days in a row green and never come back down, right? So we spoke about it. I said that the support here was 38,000, and that's exactly where it bounced, guys. It went a little bit under, but it bounced at 38K. You can see that it never closed below 38,000. So so we got the perfect bounce at 38,000. Hopefully here now we need to break, of course, a back above 40K, which is a psychological resistance. It is a minor one. It's not a big resistance, but it is a psychological resistance there. On the break above that, then we're going to be running into this resistance here, along with the 42, with the Fibonacci resistance there, along with the strong 42K resistance that we've been rejected from many times over. If you go back in history, you can see it there. You can see that once we broke out of it, we got a big run up to the 50K level. So that's why I've been saying once we can break out of this level, my projection is 50K, right? But it is a strong level here. So we just kind of got to be patient here, see what develops. We got to retry to break here now again. You'll see last time we were already in oversold territory. Now we're back in the neutral area as far as the RSI. So let's see what we get here. We need to get some momentum. We need to get some more volume if we want to break above that level. And I believe that if we break above it, we should see it run up, because like we just spoke about when it comes to confluence, a lot of tools are pointing to the same thing, right? Look at this drop, right? Look at the volume and look at the drop after 42K. And there's really nothing until around 50K area, 48 to 50K, right? So if we get out of this, if we can break out, I expect at least a move to this area right here where the volume and interest picks back up. So, this says it, history says it. The Fibonacci levels are representing that same type of move. So again, we have confluence in forecasting that move, right? It's a high probability if we can get that breakout. So we're just patiently just kind of waiting here. You see that we could potentially break 40 today. We're just kind of going to be patient here and see what happens. Got to see what develops. Awesome, Paul. Yeah, man, I love to engage with everyone and answer, personal one-on-one questions, right? Because I can't do like one-on-one in DMs and one-on-one coaching sessions and things like that, because it's just so time consuming. I'd rather be able to just do it for everyone at a time, even though it might only be 20 or 30 of you. But if you've been here for a while, you know that sometimes we've gotten up to 100, 200, 300. I think the most we've had in the channel at once is around 400 or 500 on a live stream. So, and even at that point, I still try to answer as many questions as possible. We'll see what happens if when we get to the point of having over 1,000 people in the stream, right? Then we'll have to figure out what's the best way to answer as many questions as possible. Yeah, for sure. From a YouTube perspective, of course, I'd prefer 100,000 people, because one, I'd actually be making money for doing this, right? Right now, I've been doing this for a year now. August 15th, I believe, it will be 1 year that I've been consistently uploading on YouTube. And I've been doing it for free. I haven't made any money off of making videos on YouTube for a year straight, right? I've spent money. I spend about $500 a month on my video editor. And then, I'm spending time away from trading when I'm creating videos, when I'm coming up with the videos, when I'm recording the videos, when I'm uploading them, when I'm doing live streams. So I'm spending time away from trading and making money to do this for you guys. So it's definitely cost me a lot more. Well, it's definitely only cost me money. I haven't made money from it. But the same way I do with investing and trading, I'm investing in this, in the whole YouTube thing, right? So I know long term is big picture. You have to always be thinking big picture, long term. I know it's going to benefit myself, my business, and my brand. So that's why I don't mind putting in the hours, putting in the grind, putting in the days, the blood, the sweat, the tears, everything that comes along with it. Because I know it's going to pay off eventually. I'm not in a hurry. I'm financially good, so I don't mind, right? I've been able to do this has Bitcoin and crypto overall, and trading and investing in general has saved my life. And I want to be able to return that to as many people as I can. Because I remember what it felt like when I first started from zero, and I had zero knowledge in this, and I definitely think that investing is something that should be taught in grade school, right? In high school for here, people in the US, in grade school for people everywhere else. So I don't know how it works in other countries, but in the US, they don't teach you about investing. They don't teach you about practical life skills that you need to be able to live a happy life, or like to be able to live a successful life. So I think investing is important. Getting loans and how to use loans, how to use how to buy houses, how mortgages work, how your credit works, because all these things, if you learn about them the right way, can lead to a lot more success, right? So I think all these things are very, very important, and I want to eventually, my main goal is, once this channel, right, takes off over 100K, I'm gonna create a second channel that's more based on general financial knowledge and ideas, catered to those that want to know more about it. Because instead of putting your money in a savings account that's making you nothing, you should be putting your money, use an index fund as your savings account, right? That's as safe as you can go. Even if you know nothing about markets, about investing, the only thing you have to learn, if you want to put your money somewhere safe that's not a savings account, put it in an index fund, and that's it. That's all, and it's not that complicated to do, right? So I want to make a channel, a second channel eventually, on more basic financial knowledge, on credit, on how loans work, how credit works, how to use credit to your advantage, how to use loans to your advantage to make more money. Because, you know, the more you can leverage your own money, the more money you can make. So you can take out loans um, against your assets, for example, so that you don't have to sell your assets in order to pay bills, right? So now you're paying less in taxes. Um, you can take out loans to invest to make more money as long as it makes sense, as long as that deal makes sense. If your return on your investment is bigger than what you're going to be paying your APR yearly, then it makes sense to take out a loan to be able to invest in a certain business to make profits, right? So I'm always looking to use other people's money, example the bank's money, to make money. I don't want to use my own money, right? My money is already invested. I invest all my money. Then when I need money to invest, instead of me looking for, pulling cash out of my emergency fund, or selling stocks or crypto or whatever it is to invest, instead of doing that, I'd rather use the bank's money to make more profits. So this is getting into all sorts of other things, but you know what I mean. That's why I want to make a second channel for this, not this channel, right? Not use this channel for that. So that's the overall goal, and eventually I want to be able to go around and be able to teach these things at conferences, at schools, and hopefully, to spread it out to as many people as possible. Thank you, Gino. I really appreciate it, man. Oh, for sure, Didi. They teach us to that's how the system is set up, right? It's rigged to be for you to always be a slave to a job and a slave to the government, right? That's the way they rig it. They make you they since birth, you're basically told that college is a necessity for any type of success in life, right? And what college actually does, it gives you a huge debt to start off your life, right? So you get out of college at 20 something and you have crazy debt already. And then the next thing they tell you is to get married. And then marriages cost crazy amounts. So now you're getting into more debt. And then the next thing, if you want to be successful in life, is you have to buy a house to live in, right? So now you have your college debt, your marriage debt, and your house debt, plus your spouse's debt, right? So now you're working a 9 to 5 basically for the rest of your life, because then you probably have kids. Now you can't just quit your job because you have to support your family. So it's a trap. Really, it really is a trap, and it's one that they've perfected. So, and I'm not saying you don't need college or don't go to college, but make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons, not just because you were told to do it. You know what I mean? College is necessary if you're going to for a profession that requires college, right? If you're gonna be a lawyer, if you're gonna be a doctor, you require college. But if you want to start your own business, you don't require college to start a business, right? You just require knowledge and experience. So Justin, when Lambo? Soon, man. I think soon. This run up has been great. I think we see a run up soon, man. If we can break 42,000, I think we hit 50, right? If we hit 50, then guess what? We're gonna break 50. If we break 50, then guess what? We're gonna retest previous all-time highs, and if we retest previous all-time highs, guess what? We're gonna set new all-time highs. So it's only a matter of time, guys. I think by the end of this year, we should be pushing for that all-time high again in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is always, I think, the most bullish quarter for Bitcoin. So we could see another run up, some more all-time highs, and then let's say Tesla announces probably in the fourth quarter that they're going to be accepting crypto again. Bitcoin's going to take off. That's how I think we get back to new all-time highs. And then we need one more catalyst, I think. So let's say Tesla starts accepting crypto again. I think that sends us, if without that we can get to 50K, then Tesla announces that, I think that gets us back to all-time highs. Then based off that momentum, I think we can break and set up a new all-time high. Then that's where we could face selling pressure, right? I think we need one more catalyst before the end of the year to send us up to 100K. Now, what would be the catalyst? It would be something like Amazon accepting crypto payments, right? It'll be something like Apple getting into the crypto space, Amazon getting into crypto space. One of these big companies adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet. So things like that is what I think we need with the Tesla announcement of them accepting Bitcoin again. That could potentially shoot us to 6 figures by the end of this year. Now, of course, it's a long shot, but it is a possibility. And that's, I think 100K is definitely Moon and Lambo. You wrote a song about it? That's awesome. You're a car dealer? I just got earlier this year, I just bought a Tesla and I love it. So I don't know if I could go back to regular cars again. I mean, I guess Lambo would be an exception, right? Alrighty, guys. I've been live now for over an hour. Thank you guys so much. I know I went on a what do you call it? I was like venting about all this other stuff that had nothing to do with crypto, but it all circles back. At the end of the day, financial knowledge is financial knowledge. It's all a circle. It all circles back to crypto, because it's all about investing and managing your money. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for tuning in, all 29 of you. Thank you for the 25 likes. Make sure to like the video if you haven't done so yet. Make sure to subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Don't forget. And if you missed this video, just start it over from the top, and you can watch it all again. So thank you guys so much for tuning in here. I appreciate you guys. Definitely had a great conversation. You taught me how to manage my risk. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Ninja. Appreciate it. Glad I was able to teach you that. I will be dropping another video tomorrow, and then I'll do one last market analysis on Friday before the weekend. So I will see you guys then. As always, guys, peace and love. Let's make some profits. Let's all live an amazing life. And yes, Gary, definitely don't need a Lambo. You can donate to so many poor families with that money for sure. And that's the goal, I think, for everyone, to be able to always give back when you can, So thank you guys so much, man. Appreciate it. I will see you on the next one. Peace.